Allison Plyer, the Executive Director of the Data Center in New Orleans. Multi-sectoral collaboration is really important for resiliency because no one sector can actually ensure the resiliency of a community. I think we think that our governments have the capacity to do everything, but it's clear that the disasters that we're facing now are so complex and so large that the government sector is not large enough to really respond to every need. And so it really takes all of us. It takes folks in the private sector and the non-governmental, nonprofit sector, and the government working together to help communities recover from the scale of disasters we're having now. Post-Katrina, the biggest question everyone had was the city repopulating and how fast? And even the Census Bureau didn't have the methods to track that kind of repopulation after a massive evacuation. And so we actually worked with private companies, including Nielsen, who does television measurement, as well as some local private companies like Entergy, who had data on households getting energy, and the USPS, the Postal Service, and their data on households getting mail to come up with a new estimate for the city as it repopulated. And we supplied that to the Census Bureau and combined with their expertise on how to estimate population to come up with a new estimate of what the population really was post-Katrina in the years 2007, 2008. And so when the census did the actual count in 2010 that they do once every 10 years, they found that in fact our estimate based on that local data was better and closer to the real count than what they were coming up with their own methods. So it really was a combined effort of the public and the private and the nonprofit sector to come up with a real estimate for the city of New Orleans. I think to really scale these kind of collaborations appropriately, we need to have a real clear-eyed understanding of the risks that we face. So, when we look at the United States, for example, more than half of our GDP and even more of our population lives in coastal communities that are at risk because of sea level rise. And so, it really is all of us who are in this game together. It's not just one community, as people thought New Orleans was. Now we see after Hurricane Sandy that New York and New Jersey face incredible risk, and folks in Miami should know how much risk they face, right? And so if we really look at the scale of the risk that we're all facing nationwide and actually worldwide, then I think that really motivates people across sectors to put aside differences, to start to build the kind of relationships and trust that's necessary to share the information and then work together to address these risks.